ASA Pro Tour, we've witnessed some of the greatest feats ever performed on 8 wheels. This season, with skaters like Aaron Feinberg, Jaron Grove, and Sven Bokerst leading the way, we've seen exponential growth in the level of skating. But you can't have progress without pain. So we're going to take a look back at the 2000 season and witness the price these skaters have paid in pursuit of progress. This is Best Wrecks.
Oh, yeah, it's the Macho Man Randy Savage here with the ASA Best Wrecks show ever. And I mean ever, yeah. It's not for the faint of heart.
The ASA Pro Tour traveled to 12 cities around the world, including Rome, London, Southern California, and all places in between. There were many triumphant moments. When skaters go out, they push the limits every day, and in the competition environment, when they're able to pull off the tricks that they've been spending tons of hours crashing and burning on, it's well worth the wait. Since mid-summer 1998 and Cesar Mora landing the first ever 1080 on vert, the evolution has not slowed down a bit.
And with the emergence of a lot of young skaters like Eito Yasutoko, his younger brother Takeshi Yasutoko, both those guys from Japan, we've got the Americans Mark Engelhardt and Jaron Grove. Skaters from all over the world have continued that momentum that began with Cesar Mora. And the 2000 season, we had a breakout year in terms of trick vocabulary.
Shane Yost, the 99 Rookie of the Year on vert, was the 2000 overall points earner because of his spinny style.
And how about the Europeans, led by Nel Martin and this guy Ty Chris, who culminated his 2000 season by winning the ASA World Championships.
Street may be known for its youth, but vert this year really took it on as well, with 14-year-old Tobias Bucher and, of course, 13-year-old Takeshi Yasutoko leading the way.
And when you add veterans like Cesar Mora, Mike Budnick, and Matt Salerno to the mix, you get an explosive combination up there on the vert ramp. But as the level of skating gets higher, so do the stakes. So we're going to take a look at vert don'ts.
I get mad when I wreck for about 2 seconds, unless I'm hurt, then it hurts worse. But if I fall, I get mad for about 5, 10 seconds, and then I'm like, oh, big deal. Get up and keep trying to skate.
You're going down and you know that you're going down hard. There's just that minute that's in your mind. You're sitting there, you're like, oh, this is gonna hurt. And it hurts for a while.
We're just getting started. When we come back, we're going to be counting down the top 5 vert wrecks of the year.
The The ASA Pro Tour is brought to you by L2 Jeans, altitude tested by Team L2, by Sega, taking gamers where gaming is going, and by Naya, pure spring water, hungry for life, thirsty for Naya.
Welcome back to the Best Wrecks here on the ASA Pro Tour.
You have a plan in your head what you want to do, and then you have to change it direct, and you have to get up again, and it's hard to keep the motivation to do all the tricks again.
When I slam, I do it again, just try it again. Part of the sport, you know?
I think it looks really good for the public to watch Best Trick competition.
A couple of times this season, the skaters got to compete in Best Trick contest. You take away the clocks, you take away the judge for consistency. All they get scored on is the best tricks that they land. Provide some of the most exciting skating of all year, and also some of the worst wrecks.
What's going on these days? I've been seeing you in so long. What went on those days? What were we getting along? What went on those days when I missed you so much? All those times that we drank way too much. Every day's gonna be alright. Let's everybody get along tonight. There's nothing wrong with peace and unity. A person free to be themselves, and that's what we need.
We got idiots flying around everywhere.
What's the fight? I've been seeing you in so long. What went on those days? Why weren't we getting along? Now that you're back, I'm so happy to see you. We'll play some shows, drink some beer, and smoke a bong or two. Every day's gonna be alright. Let's everybody get along tonight. It doesn't matter if the black or white.
Last year had its share of pretty devastating crashes. Here's last year's top 5, and then we're going to be counting down the best of 2000. Number 5 came from Camp Woodward, the Mecca. Jaron Grove, he'd been out devastating the street course all season long. This one happened to take place on the vert.
It's not the most dramatic slam, but look at how he tweaks his knee. Those are the ones that hurt the most.
Fabiola, I think she was already 720, and she came out of it, and she hung up a little bit. Came down and hit her head, like her head bounced like a basketball. It was like scary.
So Fabiola earns number 4 for the pain threshold. Number 3, Ty Chris, probably the most ill-timed fall of the season.
He was having a great run. This was in the X Games. Ty Chris was in contention to take the title, and there near the end of his run, just came out too far on that forward 900. That fall's going to cost him a podium spot. He'll have to settle for 4th. Tough break for Ty Chris.
On to Vegas and the World Championship's best trick show. Matt Lindemuth had been going for this all night, trying to spin up, stall, and jump back in.
That's the one we picked, but really, Matt Lindemuth makes his way into the top 5 for best slams for that whole effort. He fell so many different ways, going for that 540 to backside stall on the railing.
And the number 1, Randy Marino.
Oh!
In a moment of absolute insanity, going from the inside of the vert out to the bleachers. One more time, feast your eyes on Randy Bobam Marino. When we come back, we're going to be taking it to the street course and the real street for some of the best wrecks of the year.
You're watching ASA Best Wrecks, so you better not go anywhere.
I mean, like, twisted knees, you know, bent fingers. It sucks, man. But that's what gives the tricks its difficulty. Is like, you know, when the trick wouldn't be so hard if you couldn't break yourself on the stairs, you know, or whatever. Just the consequences of what happens when you don't land the trick.
You okay, dude?
Dude, my whole body was numb when I fell on my head.
You alright, dude? Just chill.
My whole body
It's worth the pain of the fall, you know, for the trick and for the rollerblading, you know, for skating. And you know, when you pull something off that you've fallen like 6 times trying, and you make it look good, it's way worth it.
The style of skating on the street course this year provided a lot of spectacular moments. It's a win-win situation with stunt skating. When they land it, it looks great, and when they don't, it's just as spectacular. We're going to take a look at some of the top tricks from the 2000 season.
We are no superstars who want to be large and forget who we are. Don't judge us by bank accounts and big cars. No matter how bright we shine, we're far from being stars. The stars fall and disintegrate before they hit the asphalt. They incinerate because we came not to destroy the law but to fulfill. For those who appreciate those with skill and fresh windmills and grab that gift. What is a DJ without the scratch to feel? Without the elements, it's all irrelevant. Within the circus, if you're feeling it, serve this purpose of feeling it ain't worth it. The city that's got you nervous to make you hydra and get up out of here, nigga. Cause LA never consider for those that need babysitters. This is the hotbed for singles and newlyweds are looking for better gigs and feeling to make it big. It's the only place where stars are born, and we are the only ones that can't be worn out by any place, regardless of the cost. Cause brothers with big dreams, sometimes they get lost. Cause we are no superstars who wanna be large and forget who we are. Don't judge us by bank accounts and big cars. No matter how bright we shine, we're far from being stars. The stars fall and disintegrate before they hit the asphalt. They incinerate cause we came not to destroy the law but to fulfill. What is a DJ without the elements? It's all irrelevant. I
Watching these skaters at the top level of the street course, it's easy to forget just how hard and dangerous these tricks are. Now we're going to take a look at what happens when good tricks go bad.
When we come back, we're going to be counting down the 5 most devastating wrecks of 2000 on street. Welcome back. Smell blood? That's because you're watching the best wrecks of 2000.
When you're doing a trick and you're in the air, you're like, oh my God, I messed up, and you know you're gonna fall and you can't save yourself, and you're just like, oh, this is gonna be bad. And that 1 second before you hit the ramp is terrible. The hardest thing is probably just falling in front of big crowds and like everyone's like, oh man, look at that guy, he sucks, he fell over the place. That's probably one of the hardest things about falling, and plus it just hurts.
Swallow it but couldn't follow it. You shouldn't have did it. Y'all cats need to quit it. I'm saying, stop playing with it. You, your crew, and your DJ can hit it. It's time to clean out Shalaka and make way for the mind shocker. Chief rhyme rocker, boom shakalaka, park jam street blocker. 81 summer heat, big beat knocker. Rang dang cookie, the dang cookie. Duty bang bang, 2 train to the boogie. Born in the Bronx, raised in Manhattan. I've been to Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten. Am I still rapping? What you trying to tell me? Hit 'em with the 12-inch, slap 'em with the LP. God, please help me to understand you. Walking around fronting like you got something brand new. Now I don't know what y'all been told, but if you're hot, and if you're not, you're cold. If you slip, you trip, but if you hip, you'll hop. And if it don't flip, then it's bound to flop. If it don't touch the bottom, won't hit the top. And if you can't rap, then you need to stop. Yeah, this is not a test. Yeah, this is not a test. So I hope you got your best. Unless you wanna feel hot steel in your chest. Nobody gets out alive till the cops arrive. A shot from a 4-5 couldn't stop my vibe. Face me a day.
I got my ankle, feels broke. My hand, my shoulder, my face, my chest, this elbow. It's a good day.
We're going to take a look back. Here's Pat Lennon starting us off with the best 5 wrecks from 1999. Jeremy Pennicchini getting split on the rail. Wouldn't be a rollerblading section without that. And a younger Jaron Grove back in 1999 making his way into the wreck section. And how about the veteran Chris Edwards coming out, hucking that 900 and those recreational wheels and those recreational shorts. And Aaron Feinberg, this was in the prelims of the World Championships for 1999, only able to take 1 run after that fall, but it was good enough to win the World and Tour Championships.
Looking at this year, Randy Spicer, a former world champion himself, comes out of semi-retirement to do stunts all over the course. He made it very exciting.
Locking on topside sole and then jumping true spin to alley-oop sole. Like you said, always exciting every time Randy Spicer hit the course.
Moving on to Rome, this one's almost comic relief. Santiago almost skipping across the course.
Jumping for that disaster royale, and then the 720 tailspin, I think is what you call it, Mark. Smiling the whole time, kind of a funny one for Santiago, but he is always smiling about something, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Moving on to London, Shane Scour. Going for the Royale, 540 back in, boom. Made it look like he was all right, but you could tell it hurt.
This trick was so impressive. This was in the best trick competition that even though he wasn't able to land it, the judges still awarded him half of the first place prize.
Moving on to Las Vegas, Jaron Grobe. What number 5 list wouldn't include him? Going for a 900 over a huge gap, just falling short. I'm okay. That's cool. And number 1, Aaron Feinberg. He had a rough year with falls.
Aaron wins this one on the pain and injury factor. It's a 2-part series. Watch as he first hits his right knee. And he's going to come right back. And he hits the left knee. This is tough luck for Aaron Feinberg.
When we come back, some of the best still to come. Wrecks and Carnage.
The ASA Pro Tour is brought to you by Slim Jim. When you need a little excitement, snap into a beefy, spicy Slim Jim. By Paul Mitchell, professional salon products. Got a problem? See your hairstylist. And for the latest on skating, check out asaskate.com. Feed your habit.
Welcome back to the best wrecks of 2000 here on the ASA Pro Tour. While you're watching the worst crashes, you also have an opportunity to watch the best of the best tricks of the year. Check out local listings at asaskate.com for all of the upcoming times.
And what does this all mean? And after all I've seen, I'm gonna prove it to the world. I'm gonna prove it to the world. To here I go.
I was going so fast and I didn't realize that I was going too fast, so I crashed.
I'd have to say the worst part of crashing in competition is probably that it affects the line or your run, I guess.
From falling, you learn how not to fall. Falling teaches you to fall better.
Randy Marino, king of that lesson. He earned at the World Championships the Beef of the Year from Slim Jim, and, of course, that week's Beef of the Week. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com.